Hello there. Welcome back to Grandma Ray Don't Play, and I'm Rachel. So I have a request. I request that you share the videos between now and Thanksgiving, because I have started my Thanksgiving series, which is everything that you would like to put on your Thanksgiving table. Things that you may not know how to make. I also said that you could put in your requests to me for things that you would like me to make so that you can make it to put on your Thanksgiving table. So for this reason and other reasons, you should share the videos, because you may not be at your family or friend's house to cook for them, but what you can do is share Grandma Ray's videos so that they also can get prepared. So we're doing this as a joint family, okay? Alright, so I started the series out with stuffed chicken topped with a cranberry sauce that we baked in the oven. You're gonna love it. Go follow that recipe. And so today I'm gonna teach you how to make apple pie from scratch, because everybody loves dessert at Thanksgiving time, and who doesn't want to know how to make an apple pie, right? Okay, so let's do it. Give it a thumbs up if you like it. Share the video, subscribe, check out my links below. Let's do it. Thanks. Okay, so the first thing I want to show you is I bought a pie crust. It comes 2 in a pack. I already used one, so I have one left right here. And we're going to put this in the oven just to start the cooking process. You're not going to brown it all the way. You're not going to have it nice and brown at all. You just want to see like a few raised bubbles on the bottom, and that's to let you know that it is just about to start baking. Not baked, just about to start baking. So I'll show you that. And so the purpose of baking it ahead of time is to firm up that bottom, because the apples, once you peel them, I have them soaking in a lemon juice, because you have to do that so they won't turn brown. Okay, so when you take them out of the water, there's going to be some moisture there, but when you pre-cook this, that solves that problem. Okay, alright, so I'm going to put this in the oven for a few minutes, few minutes, and then I'll show you that end result. Okay, meanwhile, I already have the apples peeled and cut up. I cut up 3 pounds of apples and peeled them and took the core out and sliced them into slices. Okay, alright, so let's do this. I'm gonna put the pie crust in. Okay, here I have 1.5 cups of brown sugar. 1.5 cups of brown sugar. Okay, okay, to the sugar we're going to add some cinnamon. And there is no right amount. Okay, I shook it 10 times. That's about 10 tablespoons. What you're going to look for is how dark it is. So I'm going to just mix this up. Sometimes you have some lumps in the sugar. You want to break that up. Okay, I have all the lumps broken up, I believe. I might have missed 1 or 2, but that's okay. Okay, so you can see this is really not too dark. Even though it's brown, it's still not too dark. So I'm going to add some more. Okay, that's about another 5 tablespoons. So I would say we're up to about 15 tablespoons of brown sugar. Okay, I can see my dark brown sugar got a little darker now. Okay. Alright, so we're going to set that aside a minute. And we're going to be using some vanilla extract. And we already got the cinnamon and the sugar in here. And now I'm just going to check on my pie crust. Give me a second. I'll wash my hands. Okay, so our pie crust is out. You can see you got little bubbles there. Not much, but a little. It's a little shinier than this part here, right? Okay, so that's where we want to, that's the way we want to have our crust. Alright, so now we're going to start compiling our apples into the crust. So I'm just going to dip the apples out of the lemon juice water. I'm just putting it in a separate bowl to kind of catch the excess water because I don't want that in my pie. Okay, now let's start putting the apples in the crust. The first thing I try to do is I try to arrange some apples around the edge, and I'll show you that, of the pie crust. That's to build my foundation. Then I'll start compiling up from that point. Okay, let me show you that. So you notice I put all the apples around the edge of the pie crust, right? Okay, so now we're going to start filling it in the middle. In the middle and on the edge on top of the pie, the apples that we just put around the base. Sort of like building a house. And filling in all the holes. You want to really have it tall, like high. Okay. That's about 3 pounds I got right there. Oh, I need something right here. Let me get one more. So you can kind of see where you need things. And you just fill in the holes, okay? Alright, let me show you that. So I know you say, well, that's pretty tall. Not really, because when it bakes down, they're going to shrink. So that pile will go to half that. Okay, so now we're going to put my cinnamon and brown sugar all over the top of the apples. Hold your hand so you don't make a mess like I just did. So it doesn't get on your counter. All on the top. So remember, we have 1.5 cups of brown sugar mixed with about 15 tablespoons of cinnamon. Oh boy, look at that. It's that look good, but it's going to be better when we can eat it. Okay. I'm kind of packing the brown sugar down so it doesn't move. Okay. Let me wash my hands. So now I'm going to put the vanilla on. So I'm going to actually fill the cap of the vanilla, and then I'm going to pour it over it like this, over the brown sugar. See that? That's one. That's two. Three, which equals about 3 tablespoons of vanilla. It doesn't matter whether it's imitation, 100% pure, what it is, as long as it's vanilla. Look at that, guys. Okay? Alright. So now, I have to put a top crust on. Let me just clean this up. Okay, you can buy already made pie crust. It comes rolled up, 2 in a pack. If you do that, then you can put 1 crust on the bottom of a pan, a pie pan that you already have, and then you use the top crust for the top of the pie. In my case, I only had 1 purchased pre-made pie crust, so I'm going to use a pie crust that I had made from scratch that I had in the freezer. I took it out the freezer, I left it in the refrigerator for 2 days, and so I'm going to use that. So if you know how to make your pie crust, you can make yours, or you can look on my website and see how I made pie crust from scratch and follow that. Okay? Not my website, on my YouTube channel. I don't have a website yet. Okay, so I'm just pushing it out to kind of get it moving first with my fingers. And as you can see, I keep flipping it over as I'm pushing it out. Okay, so I'm going to put a little more flour on the top. And then I'm going to actually roll it. I have my rolling pin. So when you're rolling the pie crust, you want to go, I'm going towards me, and then I go the opposite way from me. And then you go left and right. And you just keep doing this, and as you do it, the pie crust will get bigger and bigger. Make sure you have flour underneath first, like I did, so it doesn't stick to the surface. Okay, so normally I would just put it on, but because we're doing this for Thanksgiving and we're going to want to show off a little bit, I'm going to show you how to make a nice crust on the top. So So I just have some water in here to dip my pastry brush in, like that. Okay, so let me show you what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take, I want to make sure you can see. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to go to this side. I never worked from this side, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it or not. We'll try. Okay, so I'm just wetting around the edge of the pie crust so that I can get that nice and wet so that when I put the crust there, it'll stick. Okay. Now I'm going to just, I can't work from that side. Uh-oh, so you see I got a problem. Okay, I'm just going to square this off. Alright. So now I'm just going to take, see how I sliced that big slice? Let me show you. See? So I'm going to put that starting right on the edge here at the base. And I'll show you. See what I did? Okay? That's how we started it. Now, I'm going to take some water and go on the top of this pie crust where it stops at and wet it. So when I put my next pie crust there, it will stick. You get the idea? So I'm going to go to the next one. Take a slice. See? Now we're going to put that right on. Just wrap it around like a ribbon, like you're wrapping around a gift. Press down where you wet the dough. If you got a spot you missed, just patch it with a piece of crust. Okay, now you're going to wet this edge. So when you put the next dough on, it sticks. See? So we're on part 2 already, right? Okay, I can move it here so you can see better now. I have more rock. The next strip, wrap it round. Make it stick, pushing it down. Remember you wet that pot. You see where you need to fix it? Fix it. Push down. Okay. Cutting off the excess off the edge. See, watch. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to wet this edge. Okay, now we're going to do the next strip, which I know it's not as wide, so I don't need the whole piece. So I'm going to just cut that off right there. I'm pushing it down so it holds. Okay, now wet the next part. Okay, so now I'm going to do the next strip. Put that there. Okay, now I'm going to wet this part here. Okay, I'm I'm getting close to running out of dough, but I think I can make it. Okay, I'm cutting off where I don't need any, because I need this little piece to finish up. Okay. Now I'm going to wet what I just put on. And I'm going to put this piece I have here. Let's see. Okay, we're going to use it here. Push down so it seals. Cut the excess off. You got a spot you're missing, just put a piece of dough there. That's all. Okay, so you can see I need some right there. I'm almost there. Let me show you. But I'm not there. I'm missing a spot. So I'm going to take this excess that I cut off. I'm going to push it together to make it like one little piece. Okay, then I'm going to roll this with some flour. So I'm going to roll it out. Okay, I think we'll make it. So now I'm going to just wet the edge here. Let me show you. I'm wetting around the edge of the last piece I just did. Okay. Now I'm just going to cut me a straight piece. Kind of shaping it to what you need there. Alright, so I'm going to put this here, pushing down to seal it off. Okay, and there we have it. Now I'm going to go around and just push this edge down flat to make sure I'm making a nice seal here around the edge. Okay, now I see I have some flour here. I'm just going to brush that flour because we don't want it to come out looking like flour. Okay, let me show you the end result. Here's the end result, okay? Alright, so I'm going to get a pan to put underneath that, and then I'm going to show you how I'm going to put a pan underneath it, because it may drip some liquid because the apples is going to produce some fluid and the brown sugar is going to melt, so you could have some leakage in the stove. So to avoid cleaning that up, I'll show you what I'm going to do. One second. Okay. So as you can see, I have a pan underneath the pie crust to catch the drippings, okay? Now you're going to take a knife. First you want a hole right here in the top, a breathing hole, okay? Okay, then you want to just take the knife and poke holes here and there. Just making sure all my seams are okay. For it to breathe also around the edges and on the top. Okay, so you can see we have a hole right in the top and a bunch of little holes around the edge. Alright, so I'm going to put this in the oven on 350 until the pie crust is a nice golden brown. Okay, and my guess that would be about maybe 40 minutes. It could be 45 minutes, okay? You'll see it'll get brown, nice brown color. Okay? All right, 1 second. I'll give you the word of the day. Okay, guys, apple pie is out. Look at that. Is that a beauty? And I took a stick of butter, or not a stick, but some butter, and I just rubbed it over the top of the pie, like so. Like that, okay? To give it a nice buttery taste when you taste it. Okay, so I can't slice it now. You know it's hot, okay? I need it to cool down. So let me say goodbye to you properly. Oh, sorry for moving the camera. Okay, I just want to say bye. Thank you for hanging around. Give it a thumbs up if you like it. This is another tribute to your Thanksgiving meal. And remember, I'm asking you to please share the videos so that others can see what they need to do for their Thanksgiving and how to make an apple pie, okay? Alright, thumbs up, subscribe. Take it easy. Be safe. Bye-bye.